Thank you. Thank you, Georgetown. Thank you so much. Everyone, please be seated. My first announcement today is that you should all take off your jackets. I'm going to do the same. It's good to be back on campus, and it's a great privilege to speak from the steps of this historic hall that welcomed presidents going all the way back to George Washington. I want to thank you, President DeGolia, who's here today. I want to thank him for hosting us. I want to thank the many members of my cabinet and my administration. I want to thank Leader Pelosi and the members of Congress who are here. We're very, very grateful for their support. And I want to say thank you to the Hoyas in the House for having me back. It was important for me to speak directly to your generation because the decisions that we make now and in the years to come will have a profound impact on the world that you all inherit. On Christmas Eve, 1968, the astronauts of Apollo 8 did a live broadcast from the lunar orbit. So Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, William Anders, the first humans to orbit the moon, described what they saw, and they read scriptures from the book of Genesis to the rest of us back here. And later that night, they took a photo that would change the way we see and think about our world forever. It was an image of Earth, beautiful, breathtaking, and a glowing marvel of blue oceans, and green forests, and brown mountains brushed with white clouds rising over the surface of the moon. And while the sight of our planet from space might seem routine today, imagine what it looked like to those of us seeing our home, our planet, for the first time. Imagine what it looked like to children like me. Even the astronauts were amazed. It makes you realize, Lovell would say, just what you have back there on Earth. And around the same time, we began exploring space. Scientists studying changes taking place in the Earth's atmosphere. Now scientists had known since the 1800s that greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide trap heat and that burning fossil fuels released those gases into the air. That wasn't news, but in the late 1950s, the National Weather Service began measuring the level of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, with the worry that rising levels might someday disrupt the fragile balance that makes our planet so hospitable. And what they found year after year is that the level of carbon pollution in our atmosphere has increased dramatically. That science, accumulated and reviewed over decades, tells us that our planet is changing in ways that will have profound impacts on all of humankind. The 12 warmest years in recent history have all come in the last 15 years. Last year, temperatures in some areas of the ocean reached record highs, and ice in the Arctic shrank to its smallest size on record, faster than most models had predicted it would. These are facts. Now we know that no single weather event is caused solely by climate change. Droughts, fires, and floods, they go back to ancient times. But we also know that in a world that's warmer than it used to be, all weather events are affected by a warming planet. The fact that sea levels in New York are now a foot higher than a century ago. That didn't cause Hurricane Sandy, but it certainly contributed to the destruction that left large parts of our mightiest city dark